Everybody want to sit down, please? Before we start the meeting, we're going to stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I want to welcome everybody coming tonight for our forum. We put this thing together so everybody can get a view of what's going on in Monee. And we've been working on it for a couple months now. So I just want to recognize the chamber, some of the past members. We've got Brian Kean. He was president in the past. You stand up, Brian. We've got Jim Owen. Then we got Adam. Adam's here. Adam, where you at? Adam's back there. He's our secretary right now. And we have Doug Horn. Doug Horn, stand up. There's Doug. And he's out there. We got a strong chamber. What I'm going to do, I'm going to turn the mic over to Jim Owen to go over some of the rules for tonight, and then we're going to get going right away.
Thanks, ladies. Want to make sure there's a cord attached to that. Well, welcome. Pretty good turnout. I think this is a really good event. Hopefully everyone can leave here tonight a little bit more informed about the candidates. The Monee Chamber, who's sponsoring this, has established a few ground rules for this forum. They've asked me to go over them with you. There's only 4. But I think they're important ones. First, we ask, out of respect for the process and the tight time schedule, that you refrain from applauding or making any verbal comments during the forum. So, no verbal comments. I mean, if you want to give a thumbs up like that, that's okay. And turn off yourselves, or at least turn the volume down. Number 2. There'll be no additional questions taken from the audience tonight. I hope most of you know all the questions tonight have been previously submitted via email. And so those questions have been tabulated, and those are the questions that will be asked of the candidates. Okay, to the audience, but specifically you candidates, pay attention. Time limits will be strictly enforced to allow adequate time for each candidate to respond to questions. I'm going to give you a notice at 1 minute. So put a finger up. That doesn't mean you're number 1. That means you have 1 minute left. When it gets down to like 15, 20 seconds, I'll give you one of these. Okay? Now, those of you who can't follow the rules and are going to go over, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to deduct the time from your next question. So, be precise. Show the community that you can get your point across in the right amount of time. Follow the rules. We appreciate that. Finally, to audience and the candidates, one last word, and that's respect. Respect this process. Respect the candidates. Well, I give credit to anybody who runs for office nowadays. Everybody cares. Everybody in this room cares about the future of Monee. All these candidates care about the future of Monee. Show respect for the process. Show respect for each other. Any questions or concerns on those 4 rules? Last call. Great, thanks. One final reminder. Early voting begins at the Village Hall starting on Saturday from 9 to 12. It's also going to run Monday through Friday from 9 to 4. And next Saturday, April Fools, from 9 to 12. And we have special thanks from the Chamber to all the volunteers from Gulf Vista for making that process possible to voters. And again, get your information tonight. Biggest thing is that you vote, right? So very important you vote. And at this point, I want to introduce Rhonda Thompson. I think you're up next one. Like I said, hold your applause, except you can applaud for me right now.
Good evening, I'm your moderator tonight, and we have some strict rules for the candidates that I'll keep you informed of as we go forward. I want to thank everyone for coming, and I especially want to thank the residents that are here and the ones that are not here. We had an overwhelming amount of questions sent in, and that is awesome. We've got them from the mailbox, we've got them from walk-ins, we've got them from email, and there is just a lot of questions that we didn't anticipate. So what we've included tonight are the questions that we have within our time constraints. If your question was not included, please don't be mad. Don't be angry. Your candidates will probably hang around for a few minutes afterwards, and you can approach the candidate with any question that was not addressed this evening. Without further ado, let's have the two clerks come up, the candidates come up, and we'll get this rolling.
Folks, real quick, I just heard the early voting is not 9 to 4, it's 10 to 4. So if you go at 9, bring a cup of coffee.
In the interest of time, I'll let the candidates introduce themselves. They will have 2 minutes to give you their introductory bio and whatever they want to say to you. They will each be asked 5 questions if we have time. And without further ado, let's get started. Ladies first. Kojo. I guess that's a big plus. Please state your names.
Hello, my name is Danisha Kojo. I first want to thank the Monee Chamber of Commerce for hosting this great event for us on this evening. Just want to let you know I'm excited, of course, for running for Village Clerk of Monee. My husband and I were homeowners, and our 4 children have lived here for almost 8 years. Really heavy in the community, making sure that we're with the children at school, participating in the PTOs for all 4 of our children at all 3 of their schools. So during the time, of course, made myself president and have participated, have done countless of hours volunteering, participating around, as well as I'm an active Monee member of the Monee Women's Club as well. So make sure that I'm progressive about things like that in the area. I have a passion for helping others and heavily volunteer at our church, Family Christian Center in Munster. And of course, being of that, I am a person of integrity and believe that your word is your bond. So what you say, mean what you say, and do what you say. And of course, I can attest to that. Many people that are here that do know me know that I'm a person of my word, and that if they needed me for anything, if I'm available, I'm there. And if there's something or information that they requested and needed that I didn't have, I'm going to make sure that I do whatever I can to get the information to them. Thank you.
Thank you, Chamber, Madam Moderator, guests. Wayne Hazer, the first elected clerk in Monee. I've held this office for about 3.5 years, and while I'm here, I'm really excited to continue the momentum and activity and success that we've proved over the last 3.5 years. I am a member of the International Municipal Clerks. I possess Open Meetings Act qualifications from the Attorney General's Office. I also possess Freedom of Information Act credentials from the Attorney General's Office. My background is sales and service. One of the first things I did as clerk was make certain that the Village Hall was open on Saturdays for residents, and we also are not closed during the lunch hour anymore. As far as my record goes, I think that speaks for itself as the volume of work the current executives have achieved. In my office, we have passed 44, as of last night, 45 resolutions and 160 ordinances. Last night, we were pleased to see a 17-year resident with a business that was in town here 11 years become eligible for TIP money to make his business better and become partners with another Monee resident. That's the kind of teamwork that you're experiencing with the team that's in place. We have a very exciting venue coming up. We have a lot of things planned, and I'm very happy to be here and be part of that team, and I anticipate and look forward to your vote. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates. We'll start with our first question to Ms. Kojo. Am I saying that correctly? Ms. Kojo, this came in through email from a resident. What are your qualifications for village clerk, and please give us your specific educational background.
So why am I qualified for the position of village clerk? Well, I have 12 plus years of professional experience, which includes human resources for over 2 years, customer service for over 5 years, training for over 2 years. I've done inside sales and collections for over 3 years as well. I've done management in multiple positions for departments as well as employees. And all of my roles have required meticulous attention to details, accurate reporting of information, and effective timely responses, especially during my HR duties and working with the public. Several of my roles have required certifications in which I have successfully completed every single one of them. And then I have attended also St. Xavier University in Chicago, which I had double majors, both in English and in law. And I attended from 2002 to 2004, which I did leave to care for my father, who was diagnosed with 2 forms of stage 4 cancer at the same time, which was one of the best decisions I ever made, because thank God he's still here with us today. Thank you.
Mr. Hazer, this was a mail-in question from a resident. What mistakes have you made in your current position, and how have you learned from them?
Actually, I don't believe, not to be condescending, but I don't believe I've made any mistakes. We learned from things we could have done better. The things that we're concentrating on in my office now are making the records electronic. We're going all the way back to Ordinance 1 to make things accessible for the village. So if you have a FOIA request, we can access it. I find that an interesting question because, again, the team that's in place now has without question accomplished more in 3.5 years or whatever it is, 3 years and 9 months or 10 months than we've seen in this village in 30 or 40 years. We've got a balanced budget, and that's not credit to me, that's credit to the administration and the executives. But my office has kept up with it. I have a wonderful deputy clerk who I make sure is well trained and up to speed on what's going on. We have a good working rapport, and I guess if you're looking for mistakes, you have to be more specific.
Ms. Kojo, this came in via email from a resident. Describe specifically what you think the role of a village clerk is and what the job description would be.
Okay. Well, there are a lot of different duties of the village clerk. And of course, each municipality may have their own, so of course they can go above and beyond what the standard is for the village clerk. As far as record keeping and being proficient with services, having honesty and integrity, timely returns from the Freedom of Information Act or FOIA request, effective communication, which is very important, timely completion of board minutes, which is also very important, providing clerical assistance to committees and commissions as well, and encouraging ethical and legal behavior, as well as respect for all individuals while doing so. And of course, maintaining the records of elected officials and appointed committees. And like I said, if there are any other things above and beyond this, then those are duties that should be done as well. That's what, of course, I plan to be able to do, and given the opportunity to be village clerk. Of course, being able to do the duties that are required, as well as going above and beyond. Which I can say, even though I am not currently certified in FOIA, you cannot take it or you can't be certified unless you are currently an elected official. However, as a general person of the public, you can take it. And I have done that, which means if I am elected, I have to go and do it again to be certified, which shows you what I will do if I am put in that position.
Thank you. Mr. Hazer, this next question came via mail, via email, and if I had to guess, because I don't have the number in front of me, there were at least 6 duplicative questions. So this is an important question that your voters want to know. If you have not, why have you not taken any clerk education classes for this position since being elected as you promised in the 2013 forum? And what certifications have you received since being elected, and what classes, seminars, and conferences have you attended to further your education related to your position?
Well, it is interesting because, as I originally stated, I am in good standing with the International Municipal Clerks, which suffices for the office that I hold. My deputy clerk and I talk about continuing education. I've made certain that as her job is full-time and mine is part-time, very important keynote there, my job is part-time. I get a stipend for being there, but I'm there more than I need to be. I continue to go forward, and the office that I hold has accomplished a lot. And the continuing education, you can use the village's dime to go out and get another title behind you, but what does that do? Previous clerks have achieved more with titles, yet we had a letter of credit expire costing the village $1 million. We've had tax revenue go to businesses that they didn't deserve. Our administration is focused on what's going on now and what's moving forward, and I think I'm an integral part of that. So some of the minutia that's connected to achieving a title or another stripe on your arm, again, my record speaks for itself.
Thank you, Mr. Hazer. Ms. Kojo, this question came in from an email. Are you willing to take the requisite classes as necessary and or needed to enhance your performance as a village clerk? And how important do you think those classes are to the job?
Great question. I am indeed up for the duty of taking those classes. I have actually spoken with the president of the municipal Illinois clerk, and of course have gotten the dates and everything for the Back to Basics seminar as well, which is actually going to be on June 22nd, 23rd in Champaign. So I do plan on being there. And I do feel it's important. Of course, hands-on training is one of the best things. However, if there is anything that's going to help you do your job or your duties even more, then why not take advantage of it? That's why they're in place. They're not just there to just say that they're there. They are there for a reason. So yes, I do plan on taking that, and like I said, I have already gone ahead and pursued as far as moving forward with that. I will also state that anyone pretty much can go ahead and apply to be members of the different associations, as well as the International Institute of Municipal Clerks located in California. I've already contacted them. You can fill out an application to be a part of it. So it's not a certification, it's a membership. So that I am going to do, and have already submitted for that.
Thank you, Ms. Kojo. Mr. Hazer, this question came in through the PO box and the mail. If re-elected, do you intend to make the role of village clerk a paid full-time position? And do you think it should be a full-time position?
That's very interesting with the direction the village is going. I don't know that it should be a full-time position. It could possibly be, with the village population being over 5,000 now. I am currently full-time employed, full-time with a company I've been with for more than 20 years, along with some other things that I do part-time. The village clerk position, again, is part-time. We have a deputy clerk in place who needs to be there as the conduit between village council and village hall. If that position was eliminated, then there would be potentially room for a full-time clerk. I don't see that happening. I think things are progressing and working pretty well. Will things change? I don't know. We've got a huge influx with Amazon coming in and 2,000 up to 4,000 new jobs during peak season, that the village has a growth spurt. I don't see administration necessarily reacting that quickly. So to answer your question, no, I don't really see that as a full-time position. Would I entertain that? Probably not. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Kojo, Please identify what issues you see with the current job being performed in the current administration of the village clerk that you would correct if elected. Okay.
Well, one, I will say, what I've actually seen and observed, the minutes, which is one of the critical jobs of the clerk for the village, at the meetings, are supposed to be done in a timely manner. They're supposed to be posted in a timely manner. If someone can, within a matter of hours, days, I just say week max. Recently, what I have actually observed is minutes being posted months later. And then, I mean, it's not to throw shots or anything at all, but just speaking the truth, in that just before the election, all of a sudden it was Christmas and all the minutes popped up for months. So that's something that it should not happen. It should already be in place and be done in a timely fashion. And as I mentioned, per my background, with having to have timely things with human resources, that's something that I make sure to do.
Thank you. The next question is somewhat related, and this is from a resident that mailed in the question to the P.O. Box. Why does it sometimes take several months to get minutes on the village website, as I noted, meaning the resident, not me, as the resident noted, for example, many appeared in the last 2 weeks from October 2016?
I take great due exception with the comments made by my running mate and by you. The minutes are usually done before the next meeting and ready for the agenda to be approved. I would like to see dates and proof of your talking months. That's a bunch of baloney. Now, there are times when there are things going on with the minutes that they're a little delayed because of legal details, but my minutes are done before the next meeting and they're on the agenda. That's nonsense. I don't know what kind of crap this is, but I'm not putting up with that. My minutes are usually done. We had a meeting last night. I had the template sent to me, and the minutes are either done today or by Friday, and they're at the village hall. If they're not posted, that's because of some other reason, or, again, the agenda for the next meeting, my minutes from the previous meeting are there. I want hard proof of what you're talking about, because that's nonsense.
I would like to remind the candidates that I did not draft these questions. Excuse me, no one interrupted you. I am reading the questions that were submitted by these good people and these voters. So attacking me personally is not appropriate in this forum, and you're aware of that. Just allowing you to know that. Thank you. Moving on.
Candidates need to respond with the right temperament. Correct? We talked about respect. I mean, you're showing
You're accusing me of not having something with a date on it. Give me those dates, sir.
Excuse me, a resident wrote the question, not me.
Well, the resident needs to put a date on it.
These are your voters, sir.
I don't care
So,
what they are. They need to put a date on their accusation.
thank you. Let's move forward. Ms. Kojo, why do you want to be village clerk? What motivated you to run for this? And this was sent in the mail.
Well, what motivated me, as I mentioned, I have a passion for helping people. And of course, I have, like I said, down there, volunteered a lot of my time to help others. That's just what I love to do. So I felt like, why not do more than what I'm doing now in the community that I live in? So that's the reason why I decided to step up and, let me go ahead and do this. Let's see what I can do, even more to help, than what I am currently doing. So that's my thing. That's the reason why I'm running. Thank you.
Thank you. And the final question for Mr. Hazer. This was sent in the mail to the P.O. Box. In your opinion, should a public official be held to a higher standard of public behavior to honor the office that he or she holds?
I think that a person's personal life is just that. In this country, we're innocent until proven guilty. In reference to where you're going with this, I think, again, the body of work that has been accomplished and the underlying tone of what is being said here is very, very unsettling to me. The Positively Monee team in its elective state or in the state as we are in the village now has accomplished more. We work together, we hold confidences for the most part. We show up on time for meetings for the most part. It's really kind of silly where this is going. Our body of work speaks for itself. I'm very happy to work with the people that I'm working with, and to attack somebody personally, as you just indicated you thought I was doing to you, to me, I think that's where this is going, and it's not appropriate at this time. So once again, this country is founded on innocent until proven guilty, and your personal life has nothing to do with your professional expectations and victories.
Thank you to both candidates. That would conclude the clerk's forum, and thank you for participating. We'll move on to the trustees.
I'm taking direction from Lee. This is his.